can look into the suit of Pentacles beyond money, beyond career, is considering the tangibility, if that's a word, of things. It's the things that we can actually touch. It is how we interact with this world and this human experience. And a step above that is considering our behavior to things, okay? And that honestly is what I lean more towards, because once you learn how behavior influences this suit, whenever you pull Pentacles within your spread with other suits or even the major arcana, your Pentacles are pretty much the key that tells you what type of behaviors are either in alignment with what you're asking for or are inhibiting or prohibiting you from actually alchemizing something in the way that you want it to happen, okay? So that's a little bit of a brief introduction into the suit of Pentacles. If we are talking about seasons, Pentacles is a very, very slow moving energy, okay? It is definitely in the term of years, and for seasons, this represents the winter time, okay? So if you are someone who wants to use tarot as a way to, as a chronological measure of sorts, then this would translate to being years, okay? And just a quick recap, Wands is typically days in springtime. Your Cups is summertime and usually translates to weeks. Swords are the fall or autumn season, and that's months. And then this here with Pentacles is the winter time and years, okay? Pentacles is a very slow moving energy, okay? Is there anything else I want to say about that? I think we've pretty much covered it. So when we talk about the Ace of Pentacles, all right, going ahead and getting straight into it. And please, if you have questions, feel free to ask. Go ahead and getting straight into it. And please, if you have questions, feel free to ask, okay? When we talk about the Ace of Pentacles, again, we are talking about the potential of energy. We are talking about things that we have an open and a clear open road to discovering. It is the beginning of this path of learning what the suit of Pentacles has to teach us. It is not mastery. It's simply the very beginning of this journey. So in a practical way, if you are doing a reading, a career reading for someone, maybe the career path that they're going on is going to be one that opens up a lot of doors for them financially, help them in their actual career. And then when we talk about the aspect of behaviors with this suit, it is something that aligns with what they're really not just passionate about, but something they're good at, a skill that they're good at. Okay, so again, as you can see here, another open roads reference is to take a look at this path that leads to the gateway that goes through, and we have some mountains here on the other side as well. And if you remember from our previous sessions, anytime we see mountains in the suit of, in any suit, major or minor arcana alike, mountains represent challenges. And the proximity of those mountains to how close they are in the picture, how big they are in the picture that we have here on the suit or on the card, represents how prominent that energy is for us. So this is giving us a little preview that, you know, Spirit is coming in and telling us, hey, the door is open for you to for your career, for your finances, to learn something new, to learn something different. Remember, with the Pentacle suit, we are talking about the earth element, right? Learning things, making things tangible in a way that we can understand things. We are opening those doors, but here with this path, this yellow path that leads to those mountains behind, as we continue along the Fool's journey and go through this threshold of sorts, there's going to be some challenges ahead, and that will be very prominent as we continue to talk about the suit of Pentacles. Okay, so are we clear? Are we good on the Ace of Pentacles? If we are, please drop your favorite emoji in the chat. Let me know if we're good, if y'all have any questions. And if not, we are going to move on to the Two of Pentacles. Okay. All right. So we're good here. Okay, so we are going to move on to the Two of Pentacles. So remember, I like to go through each suit as a story, okay? Because tarot itself is a story. So as we are going through the Ace of Pentacles, We're having that new potential of energy. And now we are here with the Two of Pentacles. And this looks very familiar, okay? Very familiar with this balancing and this juggling act that is going on here, okay? But what's important about this energy of the Two of Pentacles is knowing that he is balancing these two pentacles in his hands with ease, okay? Look at how it's kind of giving, maybe he's a little curious about this as well, but with his gesture, with his clothing, it just kind of looks like, I could go this way, I could make this decision and choose this path, but I also have this one, but do I really have to choose because I enjoy doing both? This is that energy of, and especially with this infinity symbol that wraps them both. This is something that you are able to do behavior-wise that is not causing you much strain or stress. It's not as debilitating as a decision that would be made with maybe the Two of Swords. But this is more of a joyous, joyful energy, especially with this rolling water element that we have here and the ships that are in the background. This is an energy where you are balancing multiple avenues of things with ease, okay? In terms of career, maybe you are someone who is multifaceted. Maybe you are someone who is able to handle multiple things at one time. Maybe you have multiple hats that you wear that bring you a source of income for yourself, right? In terms of behavior, maybe you are able to go down one path and do one thing very well. And maybe you are also with that path, you're good with that. And then you also can come over on the other side and do that also very well. This is someone who can wear many hats and do it with ease and almost bring this type of joyous energy with it as well. He's also wearing this red and yellow combination that I like to, and then his shoes are also green. So I always like connecting what they're wearing to the chakras. Okay, so that green is that beautiful heart energy, very joyous, very like his foundation and his roots are rooted in something that he loves to do, right? And then this red is very rooted, very grounded energy, but also speaks to personal power, just like this yellow that he's also wearing here as well. So this is an energy of balancing a couple of things that you really do enjoy and don't really bring you much headache or strain like the Two of Swords may do for you at that time as well. Okay. This can be someone who doesn't really like to put all of their eggs in one basket. Maybe they are someone that, diversifies their money through stocks. And then they also have a full-time job. And then they're also a full-time content creator. You're not limited in one way of making something happen for yourself. This energy is one that is infinite, that allows you to be able to do as you please in as many avenues as you like, as long as you are having a good time doing it and it's not stressing you out. Okay? So that's the energy of the Two of Pentacles. I've also low-key seen this in some people's relationships. There have been readings that I have had with other supporting cards where they're juggling more than two people, where they have to make a decision between one person that they really like and then someone else that they really like, but they're coming to a point where they kind of have to make a decision. Or let them both know about each other and let them figure it out. I don't know. But this does come up oftentimes in situations where a partner is juggling more than one choice, more than one intimate connection with someone. Someone who's dating, not really taking it too seriously, but also has the responsibility of making sure that those multiple partners know that I ain't trying to get married. I ain't trying to do this, that, and the third. I'm just trying to have a good time. Right? So that's also another way to look at the Two of Pentacles as well. Okay? All right, we good on this. I will move on to the Three of Pentacles. And if you do have questions, but you feel a little shy and don't want to ask, please email me. I love answering your questions, or message me on here. Either way, all is good. All right. Okay. Moving on to the Three of Swords. Swords, Pentacles. We're in Pentacles. So we move from this energy of being able to juggle multiple things at one time, and maybe even needing to take a minute to actually decide what avenues that person may need to take. And hey Jade, and now is the time for you to learn a little bit more, okay? Which is this energy of the Three of Pentacles. Remember when we went through the major arcana, we saw a lot of references with roses. We saw it with the Magician, for instance. We saw it in the Hierophant energy with what the two people that were wearing, that were sitting in front of the actual Hierophant. Well, we also have that rose being here in the middle of this column that we see here. And that's important because we are referring to that Rosicrucian society, a secretive, like fraternal type organization that has a lot of esoteric knowledge that is meant for those members of that society. And that gives a little bit of a reference to the energy that is here in the Three of Pentacles. So you have your person here, the main character, up here on this bench, right? And it looks like he's going through and showing his artwork, or maybe even his blueprint of plans to these scholars, and really talking to his colleagues and maybe even mentors at this point in time to do a bit of brainstorming and research to beautify this thing, or whatever he's trying to do, right? He's got some tools in his hand. He's really taking the time to go to his elders, his teachers, his colleagues, his friends, to see a way to gain different perspective, so to speak. Okay, so if you pull the Three of Pentacles in a reading, this is really calling you to, maybe if it's a spiritual type question you're asking, to really go to your ancestors or seek an elder or a mentor to help you through this next phase of your spiritual journey, or however you want to call it. Maybe this is you going back to school and learning more about those behaviors that you enjoy, learning more about the multiple facets of yourself from someone who is a bit more of a master at those skills, so to speak. This is like collaborating. It's like going to your parents or going to elders and teachers to brainstorm these things, right? And being open to that as well, and knowing that we don't know everything. But if we can take the time to be in a more humble state, to reach out and ask for help, you would be surprised at how much farther you could really go when you open yourself up to new perspectives and new ways of being. And this is what the Three of Pentacles is teaching us, okay? So maybe if you do have that career path that you want for yourself, since we're talking about the Suit of Pentacles, maybe you need to go back to school for it. Maybe you need to learn from an elder about that type of energy, right? If this is a love reading, for instance, maybe your ancestors are trying to get you to help you to see where you're going right, wrong, or indifferent in your own relationship. It's time to gain some new perspectives about things. Okay? And definitely in a career, maybe your advancement, maybe your key to unlocking an increase is to learn more about what you have going on. Okay? And that's the energy of the Three of Pentacles. Are we good on this? If so, drop some emojis, let me know, and then we will be moving forward into the Four of Pentacles. I love the Suit of Pentacles because if you can see deeper than just money and career, and see that the instance of the insistence of behavior and how important it is, right? That's a whole nother level to see this. And then you'll see that also as we go here in the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so we got more of taking the time to collaborate with people who are maybe more skilled or more developed in a certain area that you're willing to master for yourself. But now we're here. Now we're getting a little bit stingy. Okay, so one perspective to this is, if you see this king, we'll call him that, right? This person who reigned over the city that is behind him. One perspective of this is that this person may have been exiled from it. They're wearing a crown on their head, right? So maybe this was a person of royalty or a regal type energy for the town that is behind him. And it looks like he's left from this town. It looks like maybe he's been exiled, or maybe However you want to see that, right? But he's outside of it. He's not directly in it. Okay. Pay attention to a couple of things. These pentacles, that money element, right? But then also connecting to our behaviors. He's holding on tight to it. Very tight. Got his feet on 2 pentacles. Got one on his crown. His connection to spirit. Covering that completely up. Also covering your heart space. With the pentacles. You got money on your mind. Money's in the middle of your heart. If it ain't about money, I don't want to hear it. You're holding on to it so tightly. But if there's anything that alchemy and energy can teach you, is that the more tightly you try to hold on to something, the easier it slips through your hands, and you just have to eventually let it go. Okay? He's holding on very, very tight to these pentacles. This is an energy of scarcity. This is an energy of, I have to hold on to this because I don't know if I will have more in the future. This is the behavior of being so stingy and frugal to the point where you don't trust the alchemy in yourself to know that you can bring more, just like you brought in these first 4 pentacles. This is a very stubborn energy, okay? Just like earth signs are known to be, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Sometimes we can be a little bit bullheaded, a little bit stubborn, a little bit set in our ways. I get it. I understand it. And that is the 4 of Pentacles energy itself. Someone who was so headstrong on the money aspect of things that you completely forgot about the people who elected you to be in this position. That's another layer to this. They want nothing else to do with you because you've gotten so money hungry, so blinded by the physicality of things that you forgot the heart of why you wanted to be what you were chosen to be to begin with. And history goes to show the longer you and harder you try to hold on to something, the easier it slips away from you. That's the energy of the 4 of Pentacles. Okay? Very stubborn, frugal, cheat type energy. Okay? Is there anything else I want to say about this? I think y'all get the point. So if y'all are any questions, yeah, very much blinded by the coin, very much stubborn behavior. Absolutely. 1000%. However, when we move from this energy, if this is our mindset of feeling like, if I don't hold on to this, this is all I have, this is all I will ever have, we end up here. Very uncomfortable place to be with the 5 of Pentacles. A card we typically do not like seeing for several reasons. Okay? Yeah, there is a stability issue, of course. Absolutely. You see how tightly he's holding on to the one that's around his heart space? And then 4 also speaks of foundation. So it goes to show that this energy is very prominent and important as we continue along the journey. So that is a great question. Absolutely. So now we are hitting some hard times with this 5 of Pentacles energy. So there's a whole snowstorm that is going on here with this card, right? You have 2 people. This is important. You have 2 people that are going through this snowstorm in what looks like a stained glass window that you would find in the church. This also, notice the shape of these pentacles and how they're in like this tree type formation. If I'm not mistaken, this is a reference to Kabbalah, the Kabbalah teachings. If you would look that up on your own, I don't know that much about it, but I feel like that is a familiar energy around here as well. Okay. So again, remember we were talking about the Suit of Pentacles happening around wintertime and this being a very slow moving energy. You have one person who is extremely injured in some way, shape, or form. He don't have both his shoes on. He's on crutches. He looks like he's just down and out and destitute. However, there is another person that is with him that is going through this with him as well. That is important. even in your most rough times, when you feel like you don't have anything anymore, you don't have 50 cents to your name, you're going through a lot of illness even. This could represent an energy of someone who is sickly or ill or needs to go to a doctor for something, right? Even while you are in this state, you always have some support around you. And not just with the person, but from the light that is coming from the stained glass window. That could be a church, right? And we look at the church, an actual building church, as a place of hope. It's supposed to be a place of hope, some place that we can go to rehabilitate ourselves, to connect back with spirit, to connect back with God's source universe, right? So even as you're going through these very cold, slow, painful, ill-ridden moments, there's always a source of hope. So just keep trucking through and know that you are not alone with this Five of Pentacles energy. Call on your ancestors. Look at the bell that's around the homie's neck. That bell is a very strong, high vibrational energy that brings in good vibes and good energy and good spirit, right? We ring bells to bring forth good, high vibrational energy. It's around his neck. He's not even, and we are only at the Five of Pentacles. So this journey is far from over. We've just hit a little bit of a rough patch, and a rough patch with someone who is so determined. They're not just sitting down like the Ten of Swords. They're not completely defeated. There's still something innately within his energy and within this person that says one foot in front of the other. That's all I need, just one foot in front of the other. So if you are someone who pulls this card for someone in a tarot reading, they're going through some tough times, but we don't leave them there. Because this card innately tells us that even when they're in these moments where they feel like they are just completely injured and nobody is there for them, or whatever the case may be, you have support. So not only from your ancestors, but this beacon of light to connect you back with your spirit. And this beautiful bell that is around his neck right now. I'm telling you, when people say like there's a negative, which cards are like negative, I would argue and say none of them are. None of them are negative, because in some way, shape, or form, all 78 of these cards teach us that even when we are in our lowest moments, there's still a sense of hope. And that is so important for you as a tarot reader, and especially if you are doing readings for other clients, okay? That's the energy of the Five of Pentacles. So we good on that? The Tower is kind of scary. However, the foresight of our spirits giving us that nudge to be like, hey, some shit's about to happen, gives us a better chance to be prepared for those moments. Because they're going to happen one way or another. That's just a part of life. That's a part of the Fool's journey, right? That's a part of his journey. He's got some hard times. At least I know, and at least I can prepare. And even in the midst of preparing, there's only so much preparing that you can do to avoid what's coming. So we have to make sure that we are grounded in our energy to know and remember who we are and where we come from. Okay? So now we have gotten out of this energy as we are transitioning out of this Five of Pentacles energy. And now we are here. Now it looks like we've recovered a little bit from this energy, right? And not only that, but recognizing the beauty in not just attaining, where is he at? Not just being here and being so frugal and holding on to things and feeling like if you don't have that, you don't have anything, but also paying it forward. I also want you to note with the Six of Pentacles, how everybody is wearing similar colors. This whole red, blue, yellow thing that's going on here. This brings me this energy of he knows, this person knows how it feels to be either one of these energies. And these people can see the light in this person and knowing that, hey, he looks just like me. So there's a light for me as well. At any given moment, we could be any of these three people. That's why you have these balanced scales here in the Six of Pentacles. So when you are blessed enough to be in this energy, after you've been here, it's time to pay it forward. Do you see where I talk about behaviors in the Six of Pentacles and how it's not just about money and how it's not just about career? That's one level of it. We're talking about shifting our mindset and shifting behaviors when we talk about the Suit of Pentacles. It matters. This is someone, and he's not, you see there's no crowd around this person. There's no cameras. There's no show around this person. Even though he is someone of high status, you can see it with the hat that he's wearing, a scholar, a regal energy of sorts. He didn't bring his whole posse out here to show everybody that look at what I'm doing for the needy. He did it for himself. Because who wants a camera in their face in their dark moments? Who wants that? And I try not to speak in absolutes because I don't know. Maybe some people want to be. I don't know. He's doing it from the kindness of his heart and to make sure that these scales are balanced. That is the energy of the Six of Pentacles. So if this comes up in a reading for you, it's to know when you need to ask for help. Do you see the positioning of these people? They're not looking at him as someone like, oh, he thinks he's better than me. I don't need anything from them. I don't need to take anything. Y'all feel like I'm not. You close yourself off to your own blessings. So this is being in a posture of being ready to receive, right? As much as you are in an open posture to be able to also give. Okay? That's the beautiful part of the Six of Pentacles also. You receive this in a reading, know when it's time that you need to ask for help, especially if you get this card with it. And then also recognizing, hey, you up here now, but don't forget about the little people who was down and out with you at the same time. And now you got out, and now it's time for you to help pull somebody else up with it. Okay? I think I'm good on the Six of Pentacles. Y'all got it? It is definitely about being of service. Absolutely. It's not about people seeing anything. It's about helping the next person, no matter who they are. When your heart and your spirit feels called to do it, you honor that. I can't tell you how many times I've been in grocery stores and spirits like, pay for their groceries. Pay for their groceries. And when I tell you it hits so hard, it hits so hard that it's all in my energy. I can't hear, I can't think, I can't focus until I do it. It's that energy. All right, moving on. We're moving on from the spirit of knowing when to ask for help and being of service to others and being a generous person with a generous spirit. Am I doing it right? Is it enough? Like I've learned my lesson. I've gone from being able to handle multiple things, and I've tried to learn and be the best that I could be at it as well. But then I feel like I have this fear of okay, well, what if it doesn't work, or what if I don't have what I need? That I hold on to what I got so tightly that I don't welcome what is actually meant for me. But I've hit some hard times. I thought this was what I was supposed to be doing. I'm not supposed to be suffering with this as well. Oh, okay, now I got it. Now things are on the up and up. Now I recognize, okay, got it. But let me also help some other people up with me. Is it good enough? You got this energy of this person that is sitting here right now with his hand on his gardening tool, looks like a hoe, okay, with this grapevine. And you'll notice that grapes are prominent throughout the court cards of tarot. Grapes and fruit in general symbolize abundance, okay? You have these grape leaves and grapevines, and then these pentacles that could also represent the grapes themselves. It's beautiful, it's flourishing, it's full, it's abundant, but there's something about him and his energy that's like, I just don't know. I've worked really hard at it, but I don't know if it's good enough. I don't know if what I'm doing is good enough. Again, the prequel to behaviors in tarot with the Suit of Pentacles. This is someone, if you receive it in a reading, as someone who is working very, very hard at seeing things come to fruition, at their career, at whatever, and then always having that little question in the back of their head that wonders if what they're doing is good enough. That's a lesson in ego. Someone who needs to lessen the prominence of that ego in their self, within self, and know that what you are doing is good enough. This is someone that can be extremely ungrounded and needs to know that everywhere they go, they have everything that they need. That what they're doing is good enough, and it surpasses just being good enough. This is someone that cares. It's not just for show. It's not for anybody else, but they care about what they produce and what they give out into the world. That is the 7 of Pentacles energy. Okay? Another side to this, thank you, Spirit. Another side to this is maybe there is a little bit of changing and shifting that we need to do to make it just a little bit better. Being open to that, but not taking it personally. Right? That's the beauty of the 7 of Pentacles. So once we have moved out of this energy, right? We are continuing along the Fool's journey, and we have moved forward from wondering if what we're doing is good enough, but we know it is. But we are also open to learning more, is where the 8 of Pentacles starts to come in. This is someone who is a craftsman of sorts. You see how he proudly displays his pentacles, his 6 pentacles on this, I guess, wall or tree, or however you want to see it. But it looks like he's got one off to the side. Maybe there was a little bit of an imperfection in it. Maybe it was something about it that was just, it wasn't good enough to be up here and displayed in front of a bunch of people as his best work. And he's also chipping away at another. But there's something so beautiful about this. Sometimes things that aren't so perfect are more valuable than these. Think of a coin that has a misprint. And maybe it was the only one that had that misprint, and everybody's searching for that one coin that had that misprint on it. And something that was valued at $0.25 apiece is worth $250,000. So not just to throw it away just because it's imperfect. Learn from it. Again, behaviors, Pentacle suit. This is someone who has been through a lot. Look at how ripped and torn his clothes are. He's working very, very hard at his skill and at his craft. But don't worry about making it perfect. If you look at the 8 of Pentacles in a deacon wheel, it coincides with the energy of Virgo. Virgo energy loves perfection and will drive themselves nuts trying to make it perfect, make it exist, make it happen. Bring it life and worry about perfecting it later. That's the beauty, again, in the 8 of Pentacles. This is someone who is being called, and especially if you are someone who's been a bit lazy and not doing what you're supposed to do, thank you, Spirit. This is time for you to get your butt to work. You're thinking it too much. You're in your head about it too much. This card comes up to tell you to just freaking do it. Make it happen. Make it exist. Worry about the rest later. 8 of Pentacles. All right? So now I feel like we can take a little bit of a breath. Just a little bit. Because now we are over here in this beautiful, beautiful 9 of Pentacles energy. Okay? Remember, everybody loves to see her and see how abundant, again, with these grapevines, as you can see here in the back, and these pentacles that are intertwined within it. Sis is very much comfortable and relaxed and abundant and prosperous. All this beautiful bright yellow energy about her, beautiful solar plexus, confident action, will-oriented energy about herself. You have this bird that is perched up here that can be considered a messenger of sorts, but is also linked to her intelligence. And she is just having her best life, okay? But oftentimes when we see this, when I told you at the beginning of this lesson that Pentacles energy is extremely slow moving, don't forget about the little guy, okay? Do you see this little snail that's down here? If it'll focus, if you have your own cards, you see the snail? Probably one of the most important characters within this card itself is to let you know that sis did not just up and come in some type of huge inheritance where she won the lottery and all of a sudden she's got all of this abundant energy within her. Absolutely not. This was a slow moving energy. It took time. It took patience. It took work. It took diligence. Happy times, sad times, frustrated times of going through it, making it exist. And now now this energy is coming up for you that says, okay, look at how beautiful what you've done has now turned into. From this little teeny, in perspective to this small bush that you were working so hard at, look at how fruitful and abundant it is. And it's not just about the money. Again, it's about perseverance. It's about personal strength and character, integrity, doing the right thing to result in these things. And it speaks for herself. And think about how comfortable this bird has to be. And she has a little glove on her hand too. So she may be a trainer of some sort when it comes to when it comes to bird type energies. Maybe she's a trainer in that way. Maybe this bird is a pet of hers. Birds don't just sit on just anybody. There is an alignment of sorts that makes a bird feel comfortable enough to come this close to you. That also speaks about your own personal character and strength. Okay? Nine of Pentacles. Now, we have moved on from this energy into this beautiful, abundant, strong, generational energy of the Ten of Pentacles. Looks like a lot that's going on here. Should I compare? I'll stick with this one first, okay? So what we have here is you have what looks like another gateway of some sort, right? Maybe some sort of family crest that is up here that is ingrained in this as well. You have an elder that's sitting here with these two white dogs. And then you have this person with her child that's here, and then someone that she's talking to. Okay? When we look at the Ten of Pentacles, this is old money. It's like that. It's like that old. It's not that I just came into wealth money. It's like that Rockefeller money. I don't like Rockefellers, but it's like that. Okay? It's that what Beyonce is creating for her family money, for a better reference, okay? It's old money, old energy. And it is a lineage of people who went through everything that we have discussed in the Suit of Pentacles up to this point, who went through discovering it, balancing it, learning about it, being fearful of it, even losing it all, being generous with it, wondering if it's good enough. This is generations working at it, working on it, getting to this point with it, and passing it on to future generations. This is generational wealth, and not just with money, but with character and integrity. Right? Thank you, Shay. I appreciate it. This is years and years of work, which is why this Ten of Pentacles energy is so slow moving energy. But it can be slow, so slow that people just don't do anything, right? Because if Spirit was to tell you right now, with 33 people in here right now, if Spirit was to tell you right now that 10 years from now, you will have everything that you're asking for up to this point. If Spirit was to drop it right here to you now and say in 2035, everything that you are working so hard for will come to this type of energy. People are going to do one of two things. Either they're going to go harder, work harder at what they're doing to make it happen, right? Or they're just going to be like, you know what? Spirit told me I'm going to be good in 2035. Now I ain't going to do nothing. I'm just cruise. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. It was with the energy of you doing what you were already investing in yourself, not for you to sit on your behind until 2035 and just poof, here it goes. It's because you've been working at it. That's another reason with tarot readings, I tell you what it might look like based on what you are currently doing. Not just some shake of a hat and it just immediate. Some people are that blessed. Some people that can be a thing. Anything is possible, right? But we're talking about this suit of Pentacles. We're talking about slow moving energy of setting behaviors and standards, not just for yourself, but for your future generations to heal and grow from, so that you can be in this energy of look at everything that I have been through up to this point. And now my children can appreciate it. Now I will teach these same behaviors to my children so they can see the beauty and the hard work and the blood, sweat, and tears that we have put into this energy to create this beautiful village for this family. You see what I'm talking about? Y'all got it, okay? All right, let's move on to the court cards, okay? I like to teach it in a very, very simple way, okay? Well, it's very simple to me, and I hope that it translates the same way for you all when it comes to these court cards, okay? So, if you've been here in my other lives, you already know how I'm going to teach this, and it ain't going to be no different, all right? Remember when we talked about the suit of Pentacles, we were talking about the earth element, okay? Things that are tangible to us, our actual human experience, not spirit, right? Not that part of it, but us, our tangible, the physicality of it all is how I should put it, okay? Remember that, all right? Now, remember I said Pentacles is the earth suit. So is the pages, okay? So we've been through this energy of learning things, of going through things, of alchemizing things and chiseling at it, right? Now she's got this very young, curious energy. If she's not a messenger of sorts, which pages are also, this is earth of earth, okay? Pages represent that earth element. Earth of earth, learning about this beautiful coin that she's being presented with, right? She sees it has, she sees it has some sort of value, right? But the way she's holding it, she's still a little bit curious about it and is wondering, I wonder what this does. So if you receive it in a reading, as much as the suit of Pentacles itself is about learning behavior and how behavior influences every other part of us, from a holistic perspective, but with this earth of earth element, the ultimate earth energy that we see throughout the entirety of tarot, with the exception of the Empress, I would say, this is about learning, right? It's a time to learn how those behaviors affect whatever it is that you are reading about, okay? Remember, earth of earth, okay? Now we are moving on to this air of earth, okay? The Knights are an air element. All right, we went from this very young, childlike, innocent energy of the pages into a more developed, maybe a teenager type energy around it. And if they're not teenagers, they have a teenage level of maturity around this earth suit itself. Now with air of earth, right? When we are talking about air of earth, he's not really moving much at all. But if you remember the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, it was so quick moving, right? And then you get the Knight of Cups, and that's like, okay, he's got the horse has like 1 foot up. He's moving a little bit, right? Now, with this air of pentacles, this air of earth energy, he's in this energy of, okay, now he's planning it. He's being bitten. Even with this earth, with earth signs in general, sometimes we can be so fixated on making something perfect that we don't take action. Okay? So this is about actually making it work, making it happen. Okay? Putting action into it. You have to learn how this suit works. We've learned enough about it before. But in order for you to actually understand this energy, to make it to the King of Pentacles, you have to put some action into it. So he's kind of like scoping out the scene ahead of time so he can plan and go forward, right? An actual Knight of Pentacles energy is like a charmer of sorts. Very much methodical and doesn't really do things in the spare of the moment. He has to see the whole thing mapped out to make a decision, right? So now we are out of that energy. We have understood that we actually have to make it happen, to make it exist, to make it work. Now we are nurturing it with this water of earth energy. Queens represent the water suit, the water element, okay? Look at how beautiful and flourishing this air is around her. The earth is around her. You got this rabbit energy here, which symbolizes good luck of sorts. She's in her throne. She's in the middle of nature with these beautiful roses above her. She's nurturing this. She's nurturing not only her own behaviors around this suit, but the earth around her. It's abundant. It's beautiful. It's a little challenging. You see these mountains that are here in the background, but she's working on it. She's learned it and she's made it she's made it work with the Knight of Pentacles, right? Now it's time to fine tune it. Now it's time to nurture it. Give it life. Don't make it so masculine driven. Give it life. Give it purpose. That's the Queen of Pentacles energy. And now we went from water of earth to fire of earth. Okay? With the King of Pentacles. Very comfortable. Very much abundant and prosperous and luxurious type energy even. You see there's those roses again up top. Remember the Three of Pentacles with that Rosicrucian Society that we talked about before. He is the master of this suit. He has learned it. He has seen it being put in action. He has course corrected and nurtured it with the Queen of Pentacles type energy. And now he's mastered it. So much so that he can sit on this throne comfortably to be able to lead others into doing the same. Because he's been there and he's done that. All right. And that is the suit of Pentacles. We have gone through all 78 beautiful cards. I will stick around for maybe 5 minutes if y'all have any additional questions about tarot. I'm going to try my hardest to, as soon as this is finished, to send it over to YouTube. My YouTube channel is linked in my profile as well, so y'all can go through the other suits. I may have to come back on here again and do the major arcana because those videos are not uploading, so just stay tuned for that. Yeah, Nisi, go ahead and ask your questions. But about any cards, not just Pentacles, but any cards y'all have questions about, I can give a very brief description of them as well. How did I start a regular practice? I just practice. The first thing that I would say is to start meditating if you haven't already, because that is going to help bring forth that intuitive aspect to tarot that goes deeper beyond just what you can get from a book description of these cards. I am an intuitive reader. I used Holistic Tarot by Benabel Lynn. That book is my holy grail. I studied that book day and night for months, if not years, and still use that book. I wish I had never bought enough. When I tell y'all that's how deep I am in this, absolutely, that book. But not only knowing it from a book perspective, an intellectual perspective, but connecting with your own energy of your intuition and seeing the story that develops when you actually do readings. Before I actually started doing readings for people, I was making up scenarios in my head. Or if there was a scenario of a celebrity, right? I would make it very clear that I was not tapping into anybody's energy at all. And then, and pull cards for that energy, for that situation. And then talk it through, talk it out loud. See what the cards are telling me about that situation. And then when I got comfortable enough for doing that, I just decided to start doing readings. I can't tell you there was a moment where I was just like, I'm ready to do readings for people. I just had to start. Right? I appreciate you, Shay. Thank you so much. Yeah, Nisi, absolutely. Oh, Nisi, you are so kind. Always. I'm so grateful. Very grateful. But the best way that you will learn tarot is to actually just start doing it. Just do it. Just practice. Learn it as much as possible, but practice. If you have some close friends or loved ones that you can practice on, then do that. But I've been reading for I've studied tarot since probably 2017, 2018. This has been a journey. And even to this day, I still learn more about these cards than when I first started. It's just being open to that. Right? What's Ace and Two of Pentacles? Okay. So the Ace, remember the Ace is about the potential of this energy starting, right? It's the beginning of this journey. It's going to be a tough one because you see this pathway that's leading to these mountains in the back. Remember, mountains are all about challenges, okay? But it's giving that energy of the doors are open. It's like an open road energy to learning the behaviors and the ins and out and the tangibility of the Suit of Pentacles, okay? The Two of Pentacles is you being able to juggle multiple things at one time and knowing that you're not just limited to one specific path, that you can handle multiple things because he's doing it with ease. And he has the infinity symbol that's wrapping around these two pentacles that shows that he can do this all day long if he wants to, that he doesn't have to choose. Okay, so I hope that helps. Favorite ways to increase meditation practice. Find the way that works for you, okay? With meditation, I am someone who likes to be completely still. I don't like hearing like noise unless I'm doing like a guided meditation. I just like to be still and I just like to sit and I can tap into that meditative state. For some people scribble and write. Some people channel or meditate through writing. Some people wash dishes and get in that meditative state. Some people go on walks and can tap into that meditative state. It's just in exploring the ways of meditation that work for you. You know what I mean? So it's finding a way that works for you to tap into that subconscious part of your mind. Whatever allows you to turn that conscious part of you down just a little bit, whatever you can use to tune that down just a little bit and turn up your unconscious or your subconscious is what you do. Okay. I've also been asking my clients from last week to look at your Mercury sign, because Mercury is also the planet of communication, right? So maybe the element of the sign that your Mercury is in would be a way for you to also try and tap into your meditations in a way that is of ease for you. Maybe look at a human design reading. Human design can teach you a way that can help, which ways can help you meditate better or what would be the easiest way for you. Just explore it. Explore it and see what works for you. Some people can sit and be still and get in that meditative state. I am one of those people. Some people need to do something to turn that conscious part of them off just a little bit so that they can tune in and get into that meditative state. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you guys for the follow. I truly appreciate it. The overall energy of swords, sorry y'all. The overall energy of swords is about your mind. It's about truth and justice. It's about intellect. It's also about martyrdom, if that is the way to say that word correctly. And seeing the influence of our mind over our entirety, our holistic self, our holistic being. Okay. That video I do have up on YouTube. So the rest of my minor arcana, the only ones that I don't have up are minor arcana and this one that I'm recording right now. So I'm hoping that it will go all the way through, so I can upload it, because that's super annoying. Yeah, no problem. Also, I do also do personal readings. I love doing personal readings. I'm also here on Saturdays doing tarot readings. I usually have them planned out or scheduled. Check the link in my profile if you would like to book for this upcoming Saturday for some readings as well. Again, my style is geared towards self-mastery, self-discovery, self-awareness. That is how I read, okay? We can do other things, but my bread and butter is looking at tarot as a way for you to discover and tap into your own being and your own self and recognize your own power and your own alchemy. That's how I like to do it. My YouTube channel is the same as my name that is on here, Sierra.spiritualist. I think there's like 5 or 6 subscribers on there right now. So that's it. It's also directly linked in my profile. So if you go to my Stand store, the actual play button that's YouTube's logo, will take you directly to my page. What time for what? I forgot what I said. What did I say? I forgot. Oh, this upcoming Saturday for readings. If you want a personal reading, you can choose the time that's linked in my profile for my schedule. But you can also, spirit willing, I will be here Saturday doing readings for people. Okay. Any other last minute questions? You guys good? Y'all all right? Don't forget, we have a Pisces new moon. Is it Thursday? I think it's Thursday. If your dreams have been all over the place, I know mine have. I've been weird dreaming about basketball players. Like, I dreamed about LeBron James a couple days ago, and then I dreamed about Dirk Nowitzki. And I'm like, dude, why are you here? Why are you here? It could have been Queen Latifah. You know what I'm saying? I have a huge crush on Queen Latifah. That is it started with Set It Off, okay? That's where it started for me, all right? I was like, we can't dream about that. Like, why am I dreaming about Dirk Nowitzki? I have not seen him play in ages. Does he even still play? Like, why the hell am I dreaming about these weird people? Oh yeah, it was Cleo for me. It was Cleo for me. Absolutely. 1,000%. Oh yeah. That's where it started. Yeah. I was like, why can't that be my story? Like, why am I dapping up these people? I mean, it's cool you're here, but Spirit, come on now. I don't get it. I don't understand. But anyway, my point was there's a lot of planets sitting over in Pisces energy right now. That Neptune dreamy Pisces energy. There's a whole lot going on over there right now. And then this new moon is just going to blow the whole top right off. So if you are a Pisces or have any prominent Pisces placements, I'm praying for you. Because baby, but you're going to be all right. You'll be fine. Yeah, I'd say ill too. To any of them. Like, why are you here? Like, oh, why is you here? Hi, Carmen. Hello. But all right, y'all. I am going to turn down for this evening. Again, if y'all have questions about anything, please let me know. Email me, message me. However, I don't care. I will definitely get back to you. And the next live will be Saturday. Okay, so not only am I doing reading Saturday, but I'm also having a mental health discussion with an actual licensed therapist that will talk about the intersectionality, I would say, of mental health and spirituality, and how they both play a hand in each other. Okay, especially as me, someone who looks at holistic healing from a holistic point of view. Oftentimes we think that spirituality is just like one part of the story, or the whole part of the story rather, instead of the entire thing. So I'm hoping that when Brandy comes on this live, that she will help enlighten a lot of people in that way. And then also I want to like let her be the plug. She's licensed in Ohio and North Carolina. So if you are in either one of those states, please check out that post on my page, so you guys can get connected, because I cannot tell you how many people that I have referred to for therapy for some spiritually, maybe even mentally rooted issues that they don't get any help from, because they think that what we do is demonic or it's not of God, right? She gets it. So I would love for her to come. I cannot wait for her to be here 1 o'clock Eastern time on Saturday for sure. I cannot wait. It's going to be a great conversation for sure. And then bring her questions. Bring her questions for that as well. And then that Saturday night, I will be here doing tarot readings as well. All right. All right, y'all. I'm hopping off here. Again, if y'all have questions, let me know. And yeah, I will see y'all Saturday, if not before that. All right. I love y'all. Take care of yourself, hydrate, and do all the good things.